welcome to an absolutely phenomenal episode 31 of Rational Romantics, because we have two just insanely exciting things to talk about today. We have some huge news in the Bridgerton fandom, so we're going to dive into that first, and then we have so much to talk about with the release of The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor Swift's new album. So, Deb, let's dive in. Okay, so holy shit. This week was insane.
So crazy. So stupid. Actually, so stupid. When it rains, it pours. What the fuck happened this week?
It's so insane. And it's so funny because at the beginning of the week on Monday morning, I woke up. I had been up for like 15 minutes and I was like, we're getting something Bridgerton this week. I could just like feel it in my bones, and like made a really quick reel and was like, I'm calling my shot, guys. We're doing it, whatever. Like 15 minutes after I posted that, we got the Sophie poster. And then I was like, watch something else come out on Friday because we're getting Taylor. And so when it rains, it pours. And then, so truly, when it rains, it pours.
Truly. Like, so crazy. And like, I mean, let's just jump into Bridgerton, because we're going to talk about The Life of a Showgirl for the bulk of this episode. So let's just jump into Bridgerton, because I feel like there's equally a huge amount of Bridgerton stuff to cover. Because with the week just starting off with the poster, one, a poster, two, of Sophie. But like my excitement for that was quickly filled with a little bit of annoyance, though. Because I was like, just give me the date. I know it's coming in 2026. So those are like my quick thoughts.
Yeah, I totally agree. I felt like, and again, I was a little surprised that we didn't get the official release date this week, because I was like, okay, they haven't posted in a while. If I'm gonna like try to game the algorithm, I get why they would maybe do like a teaser post first to try and make sure that it's at the top of everybody's feeds and all the things. But I would have thought that would have been within the next 3 to 5 days. So I was also surprised, and I was also a little annoyed. But I do love the poster with Sophie. I love that it's a Sophie poster to start us off, because she's so special and we don't know her yet in the world of Bridgerton. So if you're not a fan already, like not a book fan and everything, you don't know this person. So I love that they're giving so much emphasis to her.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, and there's just something so like iconic about her silver dress. And, you know, we've already gotten such a deep look into her masquerade ball look. So it feels like the safe, if you're going to go a little different than what you'd expect, that's like the safe route to take. And oh my God, it was just so, I think for me, it was the icon changing on the Bridgerton page. I was like, dusk, oh my God, on the masquerade. I was like, there's just something about the icon changing. You know, we all remember when it changed to green. And now we will all remember when it changed to this like beautiful sunset.
Well, and to connect it to Taylor, it's like we've entered a new era. That's really what it is. It's the signal that like, no, we are going. It's not just light little promos that they're going to give us little pieces. Like, we are in the Benefit era. And it's so incredible. And also, I just love the symbolic nature of it being like sunset and dusk, because you have this idea of Sophie with the dual personalities of who she is in the day versus who she is at night. And it's just such a perfect little symbolic way to exemplify this season. So I just love it
so much. I love it so much. And you're so right, though, like to come back to why they would kind of plant it this way, and it being just like, oh, it's coming out 2026. Or like, it makes sense because it has been a while since we got news about it. And like casual like followers might be like, oh, right, 2026, shit, like that's coming up, you know? So like, fair enough. But I was so sure that there was going to be something else coming in the week. I was like shooting my shot. I was like, Wednesday something, Friday something. And somebody was like, it's Taylor Day Friday. Nothing's going to happen Friday. But I guess Netflix Netherlands had different plans.
God bless them.
Honestly, truly. I hope they're still employed.
I just, Well, and that was our bread and butter last year was the Netflix accounts from other countries getting a little confused on the schedule or getting a little ahead of time because like we are obsessed with Bridgerton, but they have 75 shows they're doing stuff with. So I totally get why wires get crossed and whatever. And we notice every single time that that happens with Bridgerton because we're watching it like a hawk. So I don't blame anybody. And in fact, I love it. I love when they give us little things like this. But yeah, Netflix Netherlands dropped the poster, Benedict and Sophie with the dates, the release date.
Okay, first off, I was like, I'm so like, is this AI? Like, that's
Right.
always my reaction. I'm like, does this look like Luke Thompson? Yeah, it does actually. Like I just was focused on that first, but it seemed so real. And then when I was like reading the context and like where it came from and then the dates and I was like, the dates, I was like, oh my God. So like on point with what we were guessing. And January, February, please. So crazy.
I would like to pat us on the back so hard because we started this podcast like February 12th. And after we had the Valentine's Day event, that's what we very first started talking about. And we sat here on this podcast and said, we are going to have season 4 before the next Valentine's Day. And we are fucking right, Deborah. We are right.
God, it's insane. It's insane. And like, honestly, for me personally, it's the day before my birthday, and I was like, I love that for me. What a birthday present. It's just gonna get us through like the winter, we're gonna be so taken care of.
Oh yeah, they've got us. Well, and it just is. It's perfect date range. It's going to make so much sense with when Yaren's play ends at the end of November. They can do full swing promotion through December and January, and then between the parts, and it's going to be so amazing. Oh yeah, so I'll say that in case anybody has missed it. So part 1 is releasing on January 29th, and then part 2 on February 26th. So that's when. I mean, it hasn't been like 100% confirmed because it's not from the official, like they haven't kept the post up or whatever, but I would call this like 99.9%. Like it is confirmed. It's just not
Yeah.
on the official page yet. So
Yeah. It sucks though. It like I love a leak, but also I feel for, when they officially drop what was leaked, it's like, I already knew this. Thanks. No, but it doesn't make it any less special or anything like that. But I feel for them. But yeah, yeah, I can't believe how quickly this is all gonna come together. And like, promo, like, so soon. And 100% a trailer on Christmas Day. 100%.
100%. Yep.
No doubt.
Yeah. No doubt. Um okay, so we have to dig into the poster though and what's on it because the first thing that I'm obsessed with is so we have Benedict and Sophie together. Sophie gloveless. What a scandal. Like,
I know. But we've seen him take off the glove, and we see him kiss the like palm of her hand. So there's really something about the glove, and there is in the book. Like when we reread the book, it was so significant of him like taking it off for her. So yes, that's a big Easter egg that we love to see. Love her gazing up to him gazing down to her. So sweet.
yeah. Well, and I love too the symbolic, maybe not even symbolic, but just like the what it communicates with Benedict not being masked and Sophie being masked because Sophie knows it's Benedict Bridgerton. Like she's not under any misconceptions about who it is, but he has no idea who she is. And so that little parallel there is just spot on. Great choice.
So good. So good. And like you see his whole attire with like the ring popping, the collar like all open. It's like, oh, what a thirst trap this man is going to be. He always has been. There's no such thing as a glow up for this man, but somehow they're going to do it. And like It's gonna be a wild ride, truly. And another thing that I really love is like you can kind of get the hints of like fall in the backdrop with like the flowers and the fall, and it's just like, oh my god, sweater weather, like in Bridgerton. I love.
Yes. I love it so much. Oh, and my like random, I don't even know if it's an Easter egg or just I read this into everything, but the sunset is the colors of the bisexual flag. It's literally, it goes blue, purple, pink. And I'm like, the background behind Benedict is his pride flag.
Stop it right now. I love that. No, we've always said it. Nothing is accidental in Bridgerton.
So true.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed. And like, what do you think? Like, when do you think we're actually gonna get this poster? Like, truly.
I mean, I gotta think soon. I mean, I would think if not this upcoming week, then the week after. I feel like, I mean, we're running out of time for them to
Yeah.
like do full promo and stuff. I mean, because we have, I would assume if they follow previous looks at this, like we're gonna have the passing the torch video at some point, and we're gonna have individual character promos. I'm sure all of those are already filmed, so I would think that that would be what gets us through about up to like December. And so unless they want to release one of those a day in November, they better get on it. So I would think soon.
Yeah. I feel like it's this coming week. Because,
Yeah.
like, why do the poster without following it up with what everybody's waiting for? And, like, um, I don't think we've talked about this, but Luke Newton, who has been or had been doing a play in New York, I think he might be done with the play.
Yeah, he's
But,
done. Yeah.
anyways, yeah, so he spoke to some fans after one of the shows, as he always does, and he mentioned that he was going to start promoting Bridgerton season 4 with Nicola Coughlan. Because I guess maybe the fan had given him something for her, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll see her soon. Like, we're gonna be promoting Bridgerton." And I was like, "Okay, like, yeah, it's coming up. Like, that's even more confirmation that things are rolling." And it kind of also seems, and now I'm just like dumping, but like, I feel like Yaren Ha has been posting that she's in London this
Mm-hmm.
week, so like something's brewing for sure.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. They've got stuff up their sleeves, and ugh, I'm just, I'm so excited. We we are thawing. Bridgerton is ending. It's coming back. We're getting into the summer of Bridgerton, even if it's a fall theme that's releasing in the winter. It is the summer of Bridgerton because it is eternal summer. Like,
It is. Yes, the birds are chirping, the flowers are blooming.
now the sky is
Always.
opalite. We're gonna be all good.
Yep, we'll be fine. Okay, fine. I guess we could talk about the life of a showgirl.
I guess, if
I
we
guess.
have to.
Let me get more wine. Please hold.
So much. Cheers. I love this.
Cheers.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
And just for context, everybody listening, we are recording this on Saturday night, the eve of the podcast actually dropping. Like, we are so dramatic, but we needed this to be a raw reaction and
Yeah.
like the most up to date we could possibly be. So,
And we have not spoken to each other.
mm-mm,
Not really even about the Bridgerton thing.
mm-mm.
Like, definitely not about the life of a showgirl. This is all raw reactions.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, bless, because like I want to say that it was intentional, but I might have just been a little bit bogged down and like everywhere. But save it for the podcast. It's always more fun when we could talk about it in person.
it is. And it just feels, it feels so special and feels so fun. So, I can't wait. Um, oh my gosh. So let's talk about the life of a showgirl.
Yeah, are we like going chronologically? I feel like that's the only way to do it.
Think so. I wanted to throw up some stats first, just because, of course, I that. But so this album is just unprecedentedly insanely successful. So the Fate of Ophelia has 31 million streams on its first day, most streamed song ever in Spotify's history on its release day. Uh, the average for The Life of a Showgirl is over 20 million streams per song. Um, The Tortured Poets Department, which is the next highest on the average streams on a release day, was 10.8 million. So it almost doubled. Yeah. And then the 1 day sales from The Life of a Showgirl have hit 2.7 million, which is the second highest album ever in first week sales. So in 1 day, it beat every other album except Adele's, that was 3.3 million, but she sold that in a week. So Taylor at the end of the week will almost certainly have the highest first week album sales in history. So
That's crazy.
congratulations, Tay. Very well
Yeah.
deserved.
Cheers to you, babe. You work so
Yes.
hard. You're a hardworking gal. Just breaking barriers. Glass ceiling shattered always. Crazy.
Yeah, it's so insane. Well, and that's what I was like, I have to write down these numbers because they're insane. I've never heard anything like these numbers. And I mean, nobody has, obviously, because it's breaking all the records. So it's just incredible.
And honestly, it deserves all of its flowers, all its praise because I fucking am obsessed with this album. Like, there's nothing. Anyways, maybe like first, do we want to do like first thoughts? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obsessed with it. I think it's perfect. Like, I think it's perfect. I love everything about it. Well, do I have no complaints? Well, no. Maybe a few. That's fine. But like, I love everything about it. There should not be a single negative thing to say about it. Truly, I am obsessed. So, you? What would you say?
Oh, I think, I mean, crazy to say after 1 day, I think it's my favorite of her albums. I love this album. I think it's a masterpiece. Like I said, not or like you said, not zero complaints. Like there's not nothing I wouldn't tweak, but like a 98 out of 100. like this is one of the most perfect things I've ever experienced, and it, it gets better with every listen. I have not stopped listening to it. It's I'm constantly singing it. I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my heart. It has just it's so good. Obsessed is yes, obsessed is the word
Is the
because
word.
it's
Yeah, I'd say so. Honestly, like 12 perfect songs.
yeah. Yeah.
And like I love Tortured Poets Department, but arguably too many songs. There's a lot to digest with like the anthology, like the whole thing. Amazing, amazing, amazing music, but I love that this is 12 songs and every single one it's like, oh, I can't wait to get back to it. Oh, I can't wait to get back to it. You know? What was great about Tortured Post Department is that every time you listen to it, you can hyperfixate on a new thing. Even to this day, if I listen to it from beginning to end, something new is going to be like, oh, yeah, that hits different, you know? But with this one, it's just like it hit me every single song, and I was like, oh my God, everything is so good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, and that's there's never been an era of Taylor that I don't like, but this is just next level in a way that I think is not being properly appreciated by certain segments of the population, which is never going to be, and that's fine. But I also think that this album as a whole, this album feels so deeply millennial. And like it spoke to the part of me, because I'm like, I'm right on the border there. It spoke to that part of me that was like a little young for loving Taylor when, and like that those things that I loved when I looked at them and I was like, oh, those are so cool. Those beats and those language pieces and those references that I loved when I was like 10 that were like really cool for people who were 16. And I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And I feel like it speaks to the people that have been with Taylor, but I also think it's widely accessible. And I'm surprised to hear anybody act like these songs are not deeply relatable because I feel like they are. So I love it. I love it.
That's so beautifully said.
Thank you.
I love that. So, like, let's break it down. Like, let's break it down from beginning to end. Oh my God. Like, let's start from the top.
Hmm.
Fate of Ophelia. What, like, the second you press play and you first heard it, what'd you think?
I mean, I was overwhelmed. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I immediately liked it. I have a bit of trouble. My first listen on things, I tend to not like it because it's new and I like things that are familiar. But I know that about myself, so I was like, okay, put a pin in it. Don't make any judgments yet. But I definitely liked it. It wasn't my favorite song on the first pass of it, but every single time I've listened to it, it's gone up. It's ratcheted up for me. And I can't wait to see the music video. I haven't seen the movie yet or anything. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So
Yeah.
how did you feel about it when you first started?
It was like much of the same because like you kind of go into it thinking it's going to be a certain sound, and it wasn't like the sound that I thought it was going to be. Um, but I love the lyrics. I love like the symbolism of it, the references it was making. Um, and immediately I was like, this is like romantic, which is like
Mm-hmm.
kind of what I was hoping for. So it was a nice way to kick off because like obviously with Tortured Post Apartment, it's like it starts off and it's sad. Like it's the storytelling is sad. So like I was happy with the tone, the themes from the get-go. Um, but yeah, I think in general, like as we go through, I the first listen, I preferred the back half of the album to the first
Yeah.
half. So yeah, my initial thought was like, cool, I'll come back to it, you know?
Yeah. Well, and I think that's true too, where this is it's very sonically unified as an album. Like, there is a sound that goes with this. And so I think that makes a lot of sense that we had over the first 5 or 6 songs gotten used to it. And so then in the, 7 through 12, it feels more familiar, even though we haven't heard them yet, because I felt totally the same way. And I mean, there are some bangers in that back half of the album, which we'll get to.
No pun
But
intended. Fucking Christ.
it's so funny. I literally wasn't even mentioning like wood in my head, but like wood, yes,
Mm.
also.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Holy
my
hell.
goodness.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I loved the fate of Ophelia. I feel like when I started to click with the sound was the first time that she does the kept it 100 on the land, on the sea, in this, whatever she says.
Yeah.
And when that beat started to hit, I was like, oh, this is what it is. This is more. And when it was the Kept It 100, I was like, oh, this is a Travis song, different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be a lot more tragic. And
Yeah.
it's not. It's very upbeat, which I love for this whole album. But yeah, I
Yeah.
was surprised.
Yes. Yeah, when it hit those three beats and you're like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, we're jamming now." Like, yeah. But that's what I mean. Like I feel like it was so like, "Oh, okay, this is a love song. Like this is nice."
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't expecting that. So, it was a good first start. Um, but I do have to say I was surprised that it went directly in like Elizabeth Taylor wasn't what I would have thought track 2 would have sounded like.
Interesting. Okay.
I found like
It's
it was
playing at me.
oh,
Currently, it started playing. Okay.
I really loved the story of this song, but it brought me back to Tortured Poets Apartment. It felt like a darker song, and I was kind of expecting the same tone of The Fate of Ophelia to be in track 2, but it wasn't.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
No, that totally does. And Elizabeth Taylor, when I started listening to it, I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I'm feeling, I'm into this, whatever. And then the beat dropped, and I lost my fucking mind. I was like, this is gonna be I truly thought this was gonna be my favorite of the album. I thought this was the high point. Like, because I am drum obsessed. I love drums. I love a heavy drum beat in a song. It's why I love Reputation so much.
Mm.
Um, and it just all of a sudden when it hit that, I was like, shut the front door. This is incredible. And it was not at all what I was expecting from the first verse for it to go into. And I still, like, every time that happens, I lose my mind. I'm like, this is incredible. And like, yeah. I'm obsessed with the lyrics and the things, and I am calling that the single most underrated lyric in this whole era is going to be "I Cry My Eyes Violet." That is such a ridiculous, like, incredible writing line. So,
Whoa. Do you want to elaborate on that? Like,
yeah,
why do you find
so
it so deep?
um obviously Elizabeth Taylor had violet eyes allegedly, whatever that thing. But when you have blue eyes and you cry, you get red eye. Your eyes get red, and so they literally turn violet because you have blue and red together, make your eyes purple when you cry. So you cry your eyes violet. And then there's also like, which this is not something I knew, but something that somebody commented, that when babies cry, there's like it's like called purple crying, and it's like an acronym about like different behaviors and whatever, of like they do, I can't remember what it is, but it's like things that they do with like their eyes and their hands and their like expressions and whatever, and it's like purple. And so when you're crying violet, it's like you're crying your whole self out. You're like sobbing, it's your whole body, and you cry your eyes violet. And it's all with Elizabeth Taylor and all the things, and it's just, Taylor Swift is brilliant.
That is so cool. I
Yeah.
hadn't realized that, but that is really, really cool. And now I'm like, next time I cry, I'm gonna look in the mirror and I'll be like, my eyes purple.
I love it. Well, then you should definitely like take a selfie after you cry, because then you would like
Yeah.
fully be Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll really like full transformation to Elizabeth Taylor. But I love, yeah, I love the story in this because it's very much like almost like grasping for like validation because she's in this situation that's like, I don't know what's real. Is this it? Like, I don't know. And she's just like, relating to this person and like her history. And yeah, I just thought like the story and the like invisible string between it was really cool. So,
Yeah, and I love this idea that she has in there too, and I'm not going to remember the exact lyric, but like, of everybody else has promised that they'd stay, but under the bright lights they withered away, or whatever it is. And I'm like, that's so accurate to what Taylor has been through, but I also think that it's really accurate for any woman that's ever shined on her own, is that like a lot of guys will act like they're going to be there for that, but they wither under any kind of light, whether that's your light or other people shining a spotlight on you, and they can't stand it. They can't handle it, and so they bail. And it's like, you said you were good with this. You said you wanted an independent woman, and it
yeah.
turns out they can't handle it. So
Yeah.
I attached to that lyric very deeply.
Mm, I love that. Yeah, it's a really powerful song. And yeah, it just like the juxtaposition with the fate of Ophelia and that, I was just like, okay, she's keeping me on my toes. So like,
Yeah.
what's next? And then what was next was just like, oh my God. I can't explain I can't explain Opalite. Like I can't. Because what a fucking banger. But
Yeah.
also the lyrics are insane. And the story, when she explained it, I think it was on the Graham Norton show.
Mm.
Oh my God. Or was it? No, it might have been a
Yeah,
radio
no,
show.
she definitely does. Yeah,
Yeah.
on Graham
But
Norton.
she explained like the opal and the opalite. I can't. I can't. It's crazy.
So I had, by far of all of the songs, I had the most pressure on this song. And I knew I did, and I was trying to make myself not, because very deeply, I wanted a new favorite love song. Because my favorite love song from Taylor, my favorite love song ever, is Call It What You Want from Reputation. And I'm like, I want a song that's not about Joe. Because now when I listen to that song, I see, and not that, again, not that her songs are a paternity test and whatever, but that isn't inspired by that. But now, when I listen to it, I see more of the toxic traits that I didn't see then. And so I read that into it more. So it's kind of, it hasn't ruined the song for me by any means. I still find it deeply romantic, but I see some cracks in it that I didn't see before. And so I was like, Opalite, this is Travis. Opal is his birthstone. He's the one who's creating her happiness. Like, I'm like, this is it. This is the song. And so I pinned everything on this. And then it sounded very different than what I was expecting. I wanted it to be very like, tear my soul open kind of love. And it's not. It's the bright, shiny, you make your own sunshine, we're dancing through the lightning strikes, which I now love. But when I very first listened to it, I was a little bit like off put by how different it was than what I thought I wanted. But of course, Taylor knows best, and it's incredible.
Just trust Taylor. Trust her
Yeah.
with everything. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love the upbeat tempo to it, and just like and I don't know what it is, but I saw somebody say like this was for the millennials. And it's for like the 1989 girlies, and I was like, "Oh my God, it is." Like it's just I feel like it would make any bad situation happier if I just put that song on. And
Yeah.
I love it so much. And I also am obsessed with the idea that it has references to Fourth Wing. Like
Yes.
I'm obsessed with that. The lightning strike, the onyx sky. Oh my God! Of course. Please. Please.
Hmm. Well, this song has to be in the Fourth Wing show, which my pet theory, by the way, not even a theory, it's just a pet fan cast. I want Taylor Swift to voice Andarna. Like, I want it so much because I'm like, I know that Taylor can't star in the show, whatever, but she could do voiceover. I want her to voice Andarna.
She did so great in the Lorax. She could do that for sure.
Exactly. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God. That is now something I need. I need to happen. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Maybe she's giving us a hint.
Maybe Easter
Yeah.
egg 3 years in advance.
I love it.
That adds up for her. For sure.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
it
God.
really does. Um, well, and that's like something that I feel like about this whole album that I feel like is so encapsulated by Opalite is, and I'm seeing it so much with the discourse and with everything, but like happiness is not cringe. Like it is beautiful to be happy, and there's nothing wrong with reveling in the happiness. And writing about happiness is not less deep than writing about misery. Happiness is a valid emotion, just like sadness, just like anger, just like depression. It is its own emotion, and it has just as much, if not more, depth than every other feeling like happiness, joy, love. Those are real emotions, and they tend to get very dismissed in critical spaces as being fluffy or light or not real. And it's the same reasons that like romance novels and romance shows get dismissed, as if love is not deeper than every other emotion that we have. And so even though this song is upbeat and happy, there is revolution. There's revolutionary happiness in these lyrics. And I love that.
I love that so much. It's so true. Nobody can hate on it ever.
Yeah,
I love that.
it's fantastic.
Um, and then we go into father figure, which
Whiplash
had
again.
that had a different beat too than I expected. I was not
Yeah.
expecting this tone, and it feels like it carries a lot of layers.
That's definitely what I thought when I listened to it. I was like, okay, A, very different than I thought. And immediately as I was listening, I was like, this needs about 7 more listens before I even begin to understand
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
this whole thing. Because it really, yeah, so different than I was expecting like a sexy, very George Michael-y,
Hmm.
father figure. And it is not that. Like,
It is not, and you make such a good point. Like I even right now, I feel like I need more listens to it to like really digest it. Um, and I think because it comes on the heels of Opalite, like I'm just like I haven't really sat with it as much as I want to really
mhm.
understand it. Um, but I do love the take on like her taking a stance against or like taking control of the narrative of like the masculine like ways of like being the head of the house and like thinking that you can fix everything and that you're expected to be this like alpha and all these things. Like I like how she plays to that, but I'm like, what are you referring to? I'm like still like I need to listen to it more.
So what I definitely had to do some research on it. Um, but what I thought was really interesting, so it definitely is like a critique of the music industry as a whole and like Taylor and the fight for her masters and everything, which is clear. But what I thought was really, really fascinating was because I couldn't figure out, I'm like, what is with the George Michael sample and like everything? So I think that they said it was 1997, he also had a huge fight with Sony for his masters, for his own music and to own his own music. And so that's that connection. And so I feel like, because I thought that in the song with Father Figure, where it says, like, it sounds like a male like executive talking to a male singer. And I was like, that's odd, because like it says, like, I think she says son or boy or something at one
Yeah.
point in it. And I was like, that's interesting. I was like, I think that that's George Michael, her kind of speaking from his perspective. And then at the end, I mean, obviously her own perspective too, but then at the end, Taylor has kind of rewritten the script for the music industry. And like, her dick's bigger. Like, she is the music industry. Like, you don't get to fuck with artists anymore and young artists anymore, because Taylor has set this new precedent, and she's made young people aware that, like, hey, you should be aware of this when you go into your contract negotiations, and this kind of exploitation can't happen anymore. So it's such a compelling, and again, such a deep song, and yeah,
Yeah.
different than I thought.
Yeah. I need to, with that context, I need to re-listen to it and like
Yeah.
really take it in.
Yeah.
But um
Yeah, it was fascinating to learn about.
yeah. I mean, I felt like there was going to be a song that would address that kind of thing. So it makes sense. But then next we have one that I think you mentioned was gonna be like the song for you. Um and it's Eldest Daughter, and it's a beautiful song. And again, it just I feel like it's a millennial song. I don't know why. It just feels like speaks to yeah, I really enjoyed it, but again, I need to sit with it more and like digest it more, but yeah, I felt like if I listened to it too closely, I would get emotional.
Yeah. Definitely cried on the first listen. I haven't cried on any subsequent listens, just on
Mm.
number one. But I think you're so right with that idea of it being really millennial. And like, she opens with this idea of like, everybody's so cool on the internet, so unaffected, and she keeps using these like catchy little internet terms. And that's like, we love Taylor because she is not effortless in anything she's ever done. She is the epitome of a tryhard, and that's so good and so fabulous for all of us anxiety riddled tryhards.
Hmm.
Like, it's so good to see that. And this idea of being unaffected. Like, Taylor is deeply affected by everything. It's why she's such a good songwriter. And she feels every slight and every joy deeper than most people, and she lets herself feel that. And I just, the way that this song communicated the weight of being like the next man in your family because you're an eldest daughter was so powerful. And yeah, the lyrics are incredible. The strongest lyrics in the album, I think.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Like, I just really resonate with, like, I'm not a bad bitch. Like, I'm just not. Like, I
Yeah.
can pretend, but can I? I don't even think I can pull off pretending that. Like,
Emotional gangster that you are.
the emotional gangster. Exactly. I'm not a bad bitch. I'm just trying my best here. And like I think that resonates with a lot of well, probably more than just millennials. I don't know. I feel like maybe some Gen Z or like the younger generation, they seem super confident, but like they're just trying to keep up, And aren't we all? And I feel like that's what that song really speaks to.
Well, and I loved it paired after Father Figure too, where she's like throwing down this gauntlet and being a bad bitch. But then Eldest Daughter, again, surprisingly to me, I did not necessarily think this. There were a lot more love songs on this album than I expected. And ultimately, Eldest Daughter feels like wedding vows to me, where Taylor goes through, I've had all of these experiences, but I get to be soft with you. And then she's like, I'm never gonna leave you, never gonna let you down, like never gonna leave you out. And then that sounds like a Rick Astley song anyway. But she says those things, which is also actually peak millennial culture, but that's fine.
Yeah.
um I she goes through like the whole, eldest daughter's first lamb to the slaughter, which took me out. That's when I cried. But then she winds it out to the end about youngest children being raised in the wild. So she's talking about Travis and about that he has a home, that like he made her a safe space to be soft, and she made him like a place to feel like he's not in the wild anymore. And I'm like, this is wedding vows. This just feels like wedding vows to me, and I just love it.
Oh my god. I didn't look at it that way. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I have to listen to it again. I love that. Oh gosh, it's amazing. So I feel like yeah, this first like half, there's a lot of like deep rooted themes and like evolution of like, where she is now versus where she's been, and then it kind of like there's this transition song with Ruin the Friendship that then kind of goes into a little bit more of like the fun of the album, with like anyways, we'll get to it, but like yeah, I think maybe that's why the first half at the first like listen, you're like, okay, this is a lot. This is a lot. And it's a different sound than what we're used to with these intense themes. So it's like a lot to digest, but I love it all so far, truly.
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely incredible. Um, well, and to dive in with ruin the friendship, um, this is my only one that I feel like, and it's not that I don't like it because I absolutely love it and I found myself like humming along to that beginning and stuff. This is the only one that felt out of place on the album to me. It felt like a weird choice to include. I didn't quite, and I get it. I think it's great. I love the twist at the end. I was wrecked, but it just felt so well. And I think that because so much of this album is very present and like where she's at right now, even though she's looking back.
Yeah.
But this is a very high school song, which we love. I mean, we fell in love with her in Fearless and all the things, so we
Mhm.
love that. But it
Yeah.
just felt different than this album to me.
Yeah. It really feels like the middle of the album song because it's so like this wasn't what we were talking about. Like
Yeah,
it feels like she's kind of like changing the theme a bit. And yeah, I felt like this is very high school. I feel like this is on the wrong album right now.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't I don't know. Maybe it was just to change the tone, but yeah, no, it just feels very high school. And it just felt like yeah, like you said, like out of place. Like don't know where it came from.
I would have maybe, because I would love to have heard like a Max Martin Shellback pass at the Alchemy. I would have maybe switched this song with the Alchemy
Hmm.
from the Tortured Poets Department and kind of saw what happened. That could
Right.
have been interesting. But
Yeah. Yeah. I could have. But yeah, it's kind of like yeah, it just rests in a weird spot between a really heavy song for
mhm.
eldest daughter and then actually romantic is just completely like sassy, poppy, like 90s vibe, and it's just like I kind of forget ruin the friendship. Like I haven't like let it sink in at all just because it's like a breather between the two, so I don't feel any kind of way about it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm always, I feel like I'm always surprised when it comes on, even when I'm listening to the album in
Yeah.
order, where I'm like, oh, right, this song exists between these tracks. And again, it's not that it's bad, it's a really well written song. I just think it doesn't fit as well. And so when it's like flowing through the album, it doesn't track with me quite as well because it is really powerful. And like when she drops in there the like Abigail called, I was like like as soon as she said Abigail, I was
I
like,
know.
what? And she's like, goodbye. And I was
Everything
like,
okay?
I was not prepared for that at all because it was
Yeah.
so upbeat at the beginning, even though it was like oh, I should have done this and it wasn't an invitation, but like I should have whatever. And then it's this heavy twist that is like worthy of Shondaland at the end, where I
I
was like,
know. And it almost felt like she was telling a story that wasn't hers. Like it felt like it could be on folklore. Like it was just like it was like its own little like novel of like this own fictional story, fictional people. So it kind of just, yeah, it's like I said, like it just felt like it was on the wrong album. And then when she dropped Abigail, I was like, is this a true story? What? What's happening? I was so confused. I was like, yeah, I was just taken aback a little bit, but great lyrics. She's there. Maybe after our 10th listen, it'll, I don't know, stir something within us. But yeah, it just felt like a little bridge to cross over to like the back half, which I still can't get over. So let's just get into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about actually romantic because this was not what anybody thought this song was going to be.
Oh my God, it was so like, at this point, I'm like, I'm laughing out loud. Like I'm
Hmm.
listening to it and I'm laughing out loud. I'm like, oh God, girl, you're so good. Like this, like it's so sassy and like what like it's like such a like comeback anthem of like fuck off. Like it's actually kind of like funny how much you love me. It's so good. I love that.
Well, and it is so fitting with the perspective that she talked about on the New Heights podcast that, the idea of like even if something is about me, it doesn't make it any of my business. And that like, she for so long hid from the mean comments. And now Travis is like, babe, look at this crazy thing people are saying about you. Like, isn't this hilarious? And that's such a healthy way to look at things of like, oh, that's actually kind of adorable that you're so obsessed with me that I take up that much space in your brain. And I love that evolution for her.
Yeah. I don't think a guy has ever loved me as much as you do. It's like so great. I love it. I love Sassy Taylor. So this song was kind of like while I was so like locked in on like these like intense themes of the first half, this one was kind of like a switch and I was like, "Oh, that's fun. That's fun." So like it kind of reinvigorated. Not that I was like losing anything, but I was just like it's just so perfectly positioned in the album, I find.
I totally agree. And I think I'm frustrated by how deeply the media is trying to turn it into a diss track because I don't think it is. I think it is largely speaking a critique of the way that people and trolls in general have attacked her. I do think that she is using specific experiences that helped encapsulate that, but that's another one that I feel like Taylor gets so much shit for using personal experiences to illustrate points. And it's like, if this is about a specific person who, in her like coked out little insecure binge, was like, I'm glad he ghosted you, that is valid for Taylor to have feelings about that and to then write a song. That doesn't make it a diss track. Because if it's about the person that it's allegedly about, she's been very lovely about her, actually.
Hmm.
But those feelings are still real and still valid, even if you're okay with the person, even if you guys are fine. Like, they can still have hurt you with something, and you can use that to make a point. And that's okay. That's not pitting women against each other. That's not anti feminist. Women are allowed to have conflict, and women are allowed to use that conflict to create art without it being. Because I'm like, this is not a diss track. This is not Kendrick and Drake. That's not what
Hmm.
this is. Like, I don't know. I just got frustrated because
Yeah.
I love this song and I don't want it to be treated like it's something it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. Um, I was gonna say something and I fully forget it. Shit. Anyways, but yeah, I totally agree. Like, just let her do it. It's fine. Like, it doesn't have to be this big thing, and she's having fun with it, and she's evolving beyond all of this shit. And you know what? Oh, that's what I want to say. When I heard it for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, this makes me think of what Cass said. Because you were like, with like some of like the mean people on Reddit or whatever, I feel like at some point you're like, it's actually kind of crazy how much they like, how much of their brain space that I take, that I occupy. And I'm like, this is it. This is for all the fucking haters who like just have bullshit to say. It's like, it's actually kind of crazy how much like you think of me. So yeah, it made me think of like your little anthem.
I love that so much and I will happily take that. I have said because oh my gosh, posting anything Taylor, the haters come out in full force more than any other fandom I'm ever like
Mm.
posting about. Oh my gosh, the Taylor Swift haters. Um, but I have started replying with that. I'm like, oh, that's actually romantic. Like, and I'm like, this is nice.
This
The
is
comeback that Taylor gave us.
so funny. Oh my god, I love that so much. What's the other thing that she says? Yeah, she's like, stop flirting with me. You should say that too. Stop flirting.
Yeah, that's oh, what's the line too of the like? It sounds something whatever, but it's like the stop talking dirty to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Oh, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it's so good. That was the worst singing ever. I'm so sorry, guys. I can't
No,
even.
no. That was probably better than me. I'm very tone deaf, so you did great.
Honestly, seems unlikely. Okay, so this is why we never sing on anything. That's good. And we're
No.
both tone deaf. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I have this thing with my coworker actually where like before the games, we blast the soundtrack of Wicked and she really tries to like hit the notes like but like in a joking way. Like she's not serious about it. But like sometimes she'll hear me and she'll be like that's not even close to the note. I'm like I'm never going to hit the note. I'm tone deaf. We're just having fun here. So,
Right.
yeah, I absolutely cannot sing, so.
No, me neither. That's good. That's nice because I feel like so many times in my life, friends of mine, like close friends, will be singers, and I'm like, can you stop? You're just making me feel terrible.
Yeah, we're just singing a song in the car on the way to like go drink illegally across like the provincial border. You have no idea what that means, but that's fine. Like we're not like you can hear them like riffing and it's like fuck off. We're just singing Get Low. Like please, let's not make it a thing.
Right, like stop singing the harmony. We're just existing.
Yeah, drink your Red Bull and shut the fuck up.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's dive into wish list. What did you think of this song?
I love Wishlist. And it's at this moment where I was like, this is it. It's my favorite song. I thought that. But little did I know what was coming. Well, no. I mean, I thought this was going to be the most fun song, is what I should say, because I was still like head over heels for Opalite. So when Wishlist came out, I was like, oh, this is like the fun one that we're going to listen to on repeat. It's going to be all over TikTok. Like, this is the one. So I was loving it. I really loved all like the little references to like what everybody else wants. Good for you. That's not what I want. I just want to be able to like have a bunch of kids that look like you and like I just want to be like it's so sweet. It's so cute and it's fun and it's giving like it made me feel like paper rings. Like it made me feel like lover, like cute, like really like upbeat. So I really loved it. I enjoyed it.
I love that. Um, I think you hit the nail on the head with like catching the virality of it and stuff. Um, not my favorite. Not my favorite. I like it. I think it's great. I enjoy it when it comes on. I'm not gonna reach for it. I think it's lovely. And I, like I said, I think you're dead on with the. I think it's gonna be the viral song. It was the first one I posted a reel of because I was like, oh, this is clearly a thing. Like I put it on the Benedict and Sophie, like Benedict seeing Sophie for the first time. So it just felt perfect of like, all I want is you, and I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's just not personally my fave.
Well, that's the thing. Like I thought that that's what it was, but then the next
Mhm.
song came up.
Oh
So
my
like
gosh.
if like looking back on everything, the big picture, it is no longer like Wishlist is no longer how I
Right.
feel. You know what I mean? I just thought this is it, but it was not. It was good, cute. But then, and I don't mean to just skip ahead, but like I've been waiting for us to get to number 9 since we started recording 58 minutes ago. Let's fucking talk about wood because what in the actual fog? I yelled. I yelled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never listened to her album for the first time and be like, holy hell, I need to rewind that. Like, it's not like I had to rewind it because I was like, no way. No way. So, anyways, I digress. We should start from the beginning. Go for it.
No, I'm totally with you. I had the same reaction because I feel like when we all saw wood, we were like, no. Like, no, that can't mean. that can't mean what we think it means. And then Taylor and all like the press for it was very like, oh, it's about superstition and whatever, like wink. And it's like, this can't, this isn't. And it's like, um, no, this is a love song to Travis Kelsey's dick.
See, it's insane. Who? What? What? I could not believe it. I could not believe what I was hearing. Oh my god, it was insane. I feel like then re-listening to it, I was like, every single thing she's saying is has a sexual meaning to it. Every single thing
Yeah,
in this song. Oh my god, it's like the
yeah.
wand,
Mm-hmm.
the tree, the red, the fucking everything. I was like, girl, okay. I mean, I love that for her. Truly love that for her. But holy shit.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I'm like, okay, Travis. Like, he is a future NFL Hall of Famer. He's a professional athlete, an incredible one of the best tight ends of all time. He's marrying Taylor Swift. Also an innuendo, but that's fine. He's marrying Taylor.
Yes.
And then, like, I can't, this is a male fantasy in a like he like she wrote a love song not about him. I mean, she wrote 8 other love songs about him or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
but this one specifically and exclusively about how much he blows out her back when they fuck. Like, that's insane.
Dead of dead of dead. But like literally, literally.
He has to have the biggest ego ever after this. I did his teammates just bow down when he walked into the locker room? Because
Surely.
like,
Surely they did. Because that's insane. It is insane that she wrote an entire fucking song about this. His
yeah,
love was the key that opened my thighs. What? What? No.
insane.
No, no, no. That's the moment I was like, I need to start this shit over. Because what are we talking about here, really? Truly. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god. Oh my god. It was insane. And now I'm
Yeah.
blanking on, there was a lyric in particular that I was like, we need to talk about. But I just think of that one lyric and I'm like, I forget everything else.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one broke me too. The like opened my thighs. I was like like what?
Yeah. If
Yeah.
everybody in the world started listening to this album at the same time, whatever time frame that lyric came on, there would have been a like seismic, like a fucking an eclipse. Something would have fucking happened to alter like the axis of the earth because everybody would have been like, "What the fuck?" Because it was crazy. It was
Yeah.
insane. She's
No,
crazy.
it's absolutely nuts. Um I'm trying to find like
What is the
the
lyric I'm
lyric.
thinking of? I'm like completely blanking now.
Oh, so the one that I attached to was her calling him a redwood tree because I was like,
Oh, I
my
just remembered.
girl went from the smallest man who ever lived to a redwood tree. Like, that was her progression.
Redwood tree. Like, so crazy. What is that? Like a fucking sequoia?
Yeah, it's like a
Like,
sequoia, yeah.
a sequoia. Like, those are big fucking trees. I was in Vancouver last week. I know how big those trees are.
Yeah,
They're huge. Okay?
yeah.
Holy shit. No, for me, the lyric, it just came to me. I mean, oh, fuck. It's when she said, I don't need to catch the bouquet to know that a hard rock is on the way. This bitch. Who gave her permission?
She drops in there new heights of manhood. She's like, I'm also going to drop your podcast in there in case anybody was concerned that it wasn't super clear that I was talking about Travis. Like, oh my God.
I don't know. Like, honestly, and like, this is like an aside. Before this album, I like have been hyper fixating on. I don't know if you've listened to Renee Rapp's recent
Yeah,
album, Bite Me.
not a
I
whole lot,
might,
but like a little.
I might be. I think I'm like a little late on listening to it, but like, there's a song, Shy, called Shy, and she talks like she says something like, "Cross my heart and hope to die. I'm thinking somewhere in between your thighs." And then this comes on. I was like, okay, why do we keep talking about in between thighs? Ladies, I know that is two different worlds here, but like I'm somewhere in the middle right now and I'm like, I don't know where to look anymore, guys. What are you doing to me? Like, oh my God. These girls, they're
Yeah.
off. They're going off and I love it.
Well, and we're seeing that. I mean, like, that's with Sabrina, with Renee, and now with Taylor. Like, the idea of I'm always like alarmed is the only way that I can describe it because that's my knee jerk reaction. When any female singer says that they're wet, I'm always like shocked.
Right.
And because it's such a weird thing where we have like put so much shame around female evidence of arousal. And so it's like, yes, let's talk about it. Let's dig into it. Like this is so valid. Like dudes have been talking about getting hard since the like 60s for God's sake in their songs. And like let's come on. Like let's open this up let's open this up a little bit.
Shut up.
And dive in.
Shut up. Insert all the puns. Ah, I can't. I can't. I love this so much. But yes, more of this, right? Like more of
Yes.
it. Like I love to see
Yeah.
it. And I love that Taylor is now like part of this like girl gang. Like let's why not?
It's fantastic. Um okay, so I don't think I've told you yet. I don't know if you saw it. Have I told you my crazy theory about the time of this song?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Tell everybody. Tell everybody. I
So,
fucking love it.
so it's because somebody commented this. I didn't come up with this myself. But they were like, this song is 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, and 23 centimeters is 9 inches. Also, this is track 9. So I mean, Taylor loves her numerology, and this song could have been longer. It very easily could have been so I
I don't
mean,
think
like it was
I don't think it could have been longer, truly.
I think it was very purposeful that she made it 2 minutes and 30 seconds because that then translates to 9. So
I
anyway,
I fucking love Taylor Swift. Because 100%. 100%. And this man, he's just existing and he's just there like, yeah, that's me.
yeah,
Oh my God. But I love that. That's what I love about them is that like they can each shine in their own way and like the other one can just like stay back and like watch them like do their thing. And even if like some of it falls back, it's like he's just Taylor Swift's boyfriend, she can be there and be like, yeah, that's me, and like vice versa, she can be like, oh my God, track 9, and he's just like, yeah, that's me. Like it's just like they can just be in each other's spotlight and be in the shadows, and it's just like they're just in their own sunshine. Like it's just so beautiful.
yeah. Well, and there's been such a long history for Taylor of being shamed for sexual desire, for being shamed for the men that she dated, for just constantly everybody just overdoing it with and assuming things about her personal life and whatever. And there's something so beautiful and so empowering where she's like, I'm not ashamed of this. I'm sharing it on my own terms. I'm embracing my own sexuality and power and this incredible relationship. And that Travis is like, let's go, boo. Like, absolutely. And he's supporting it and loving it and enjoying every part of her journey and every part of herself and is like, yeah, share it, let's go. And it's it's goals in so many ways.
It is. And honestly, I'm just sitting here thinking I would pay actual money. I would pay actual fucking money to have a live stream of Jason Kelsey listening to Wood for the first time.
See where you were going with that? Great, that's a great, yes, I agree. I would also pay money to see Jason react to that. I feel like they're gonna have to talk about it on the podcast.
They
I mean,
have to.
like Travis, we gotta talk about this.
Like, so proud. Surely he is so proud of his baby brother. Surely.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking will die. I'll die. Oh, God. So funny. I would have loved it if Taylor and Travis would have said, like, you know what, Jason, I think your favorite song is going to be Wood. You know?
Yeah. And then casually slip it to the moms of like, hey, maybe skip track 9.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Don't listen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's Wood. That's track 9.
so fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh my gosh. Okay, canceled.
Another one that I didn't think was gonna go the way that it did.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't think that. But I kind of love the narrative of like, yeah, my girls, they're canceled. They're canceled too. We're all canceled, aren't we? All the good ones are canceled anyway. Like it just felt like a really cool like girl power song that I didn't expect it to be.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something else entirely.
Hmm.
The minute that the beat hit on this, I was like, favorite song. It
Mm.
has stayed favorite song. I love this.
Nice.
Um, and it so this one, Elizabeth Taylor and The Life of a Showgirl have the beat and the drums that I love so much, and those might be my three favorites. Elizabeth Taylor might get bumped for Opalite, but anyway, um, I just immediately was like, I'm attached to this song. And then as I listened to it, every single word, I was like, I love it more. And by the end, I was listening to this like on my bed in my room, and I was like contorting myself. Like I was like, I can't handle like these emotions that are happening in me have to come out in my body in some way. And it was like, I love it. I love this song beyond words. I love it so much.
Yeah. Honestly, it's so good. It like has like an ode and like a beat like it makes me think of something that could have been on Tortured Poets Apartment. Even Midnight's like it's got that like really like dark-ish like cool girl like vigilante shit vibe. Like I really yeah, I really liked it and I thought it was like in the perfect place in the album. Like it really keeps you on your toes and again, it's not what it was not what I expected it to be. Um, so yeah, I really love it, and I love how it's kind of like I love how she sandwiched some of these songs like in between like Wood and Honey. It's like here's this, like it just she's so mindful of how like she's presenting these songs. Yeah, I really love Canceled for sure.
I am very much on the train of I don't know anything of anything of anything of what's true because there hasn't been a trial yet for Blake and Justin Baldoni. But I do know that the rampant misogyny that has been on display against Blake Lively has been wrong, regardless, because everybody deserves their day in court. People have to have the right to stand up and say, hey, I've been sexually harassed. Whatever the courts find, we have to protect the sanctity of people being able to say that this happened to me. So I have been very frustrated consistently by this idea that Taylor has in some way abandoned Blake and that they're not friends anymore and that they're not anything. And this felt like such a clear signal that Taylor stands by the people that have stood by her. And that, I mean, it was over and over again. I mean, even the reference of Gucci, like Blake was the face of Gucci, and like she likes the poison flowers. That's like the whole plot of what Lily is, and It Ends With Us, and like thing after thing. And they stood by me when, like, before my exoneration, like the people that were there with her during the Reputation era. And it just feels like obviously this song as a whole is a commentary on the way that media eviscerates women, but like Taylor just making it so clear with the oh she girl boss too close to the sun, and like she is standing by Blake. And it doesn't mean that Blake has been perfect because she hasn't, but it means that you stand by your people, and I love that.
Yeah, 100% had that thought too, listening to it the first time, and I 100% agree that that's where she was going with this, and that's how she does it best. She supports and she stands up for, the people that she cares about through her songs, and that 100% feels like what it is. So I love that. And I hadn't caught on to the poison flowers until just now. I'm like, oh, love that. But yeah, I 100% agree. And yeah, unsurprising. She would do that. And the narrative needed to be switched here. So I love that this song might be doing that. And hopefully it does.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and like the lyric of she's tone deaf and hot, let's off her is so good. where I've never heard, and again, just the lyrical genius of Taylor to put those words together. Like, I have never seen the way that social media and the media treats and devours famous women put so beautifully and succinctly as that. And it just, she's so good.
She's too good.
Hmm.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about Honey?
Yes. I love Honey. Honey is so sweet. It's so cute. Such like a again like a 360 from the previous song. But immediately when I first heard it, I was like, oh my god, I kept hearing like them calling each other honey in the New Heights podcast. I was like, stop. Stop. Like, oh my god, when they were talking about like the color, I something about like the color of their eyes or something, it matches the color of your honey. I loved it. It was so cute. The song is so like endearing, sweet, lighthearted, and just a nice little like feels like an everyday love song. You know, casual Saturday morning, Sunday morning, like brunch love song. So cute.
So this is the least streamed song on the album, which it's still like more streamed than like any song basically ever, other than the ones. It's not like it's
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
redheaded stepchild of this or anything. But it is the least streamed, and that breaks my heart because I love this song so much. I think it's the most romantic song on the album. I absolutely love it. And this concept where she doesn't like being called nicknames because they're always said to her condescendingly,
Hmm.
and then that Travis recontextualizes everything by calling her these nicknames is so romantic. It's such a beautiful thing where like that's the case with our trauma, right? Is that we all bring so much baggage into a relationship, but if you have a person who can not only like help you carry that, but can actually like reframe situations that you have been through and triggers for you, and be you can be so safe with them and so secure that those things stop triggering you. That's such a beautiful goal for a relationship, and to be so healthy and so loving and just beautiful. So I love this song.
It's so cute. And I also just want to say, as we were talking, you said sweetie. I was like, maybe they do call each other sweetie in like the memory that I have of the podcast. Maybe it's not honey. Maybe it's sweetie. But I guess I just have to re-listen to the podcast. But anyways,
Yeah.
all to say that like yes, changing the narrative of how she perceives and accepts like these nicknames. Like he's just kind of like, we're not gonna sleep tonight until we figure out whether it's sweetie or honey. I think it's sweetie. I don't know.
Because the match is the color of match is the
I
color
just
of
think
your
it's sweetie.
sweetie. Sweet. I think it's sweetie. This is so bad. We're like glitching out. Like
Sweetie, yes. I think it's sweetie. My
I think
bad.
it's sweetie. I think you're right.
It's fine. We fact checked ourselves. It's fine. But anyways, all to say that yeah, she's just taking this whole new narrative and like embracing it, and I love that. And like more justice, I'm gonna re-listen to Honey a bunch of times, just like bump it up because I do have that power apparently.
I love it. It's so perfect.
So cute. No, it's a
Oh.
lovely song, truly.
Hmm. Yeah. Um. Well, we are at the curtain call.
Hmm.
Let's go to the life of a showgirl.
I love it. I love it. It's funny because I thought the whole album would be this vibe, but I'm actually
Yes.
kind of happy that it wasn't. I'm happy that like it ends on this note and that it has like all of these like references to like the hustle and bustle of being in show business and like touring, and you get addicted to or get fully used to this lifestyle. And like I love that it's with Sabrina Carpenter, who like toured with her, understands it, does her own tour now. Like it's just like not everybody can do this, and they can speak to it, and it's a really nice ode to like this incredible name that they've made for each other, and it's all because of like the hard work that they put into showing up on stage night after night. And I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. As soon as it started with when she was like her name is Kitty, I was like, "Oh, we're in Taylor storyteller mode." Like I was so excited because this reminds me one of my favorite songs ever, and my probably my favorite song from folklore is "The Last Great American Dynasty," and it reminded me of that so much. Where it's this, this powerful musicality, but this incredible lyrical story that she paints, and Sabrina was so good and such a perfect choice. Like Sabrina hitting the that's not what showgirls get, they leave us for dead. I was like, I can't. I broke me completely. That ugh, I yeah,
Chills.
have a hard time even explaining. Like
Yeah. No, the song is perfect. The timing, the like, all the choices are perfect. I absolutely loved it. It was such like you said, like a beautiful curtain call to the whole album. I just because like it could have easily like anybody, most people might have thought, "Oh, let's start with this song." No.
right.
This is the end. This is like the finale and it was perfect. I thought it was really really great and Sabrina and Taylor have been through a lot together and like Sabrina's having an amazing career just like Taylor. Like it just felt perfect to pair them together and to hear this song. It was really cool. And I love at the end, and I don't know if it's true. I think it's true that the audio at the end is from Vancouver.
It is. Yeah,
Crazy.
it's from Vancouver. Yeah, that was my crowd.
God.
So amazing. Yeah. Well, and it just feels like because so obviously so much of the marketing with this album has had exit signs in it, and that's been such a thing. And there's been a lot of conversation, and like people are like, "Oh my god, is this Taylor's last album?" I'm like, "This is not Taylor's last album. Like everybody calm down." Um but I think that this album closes the era's era. And I think that's why she ended it on the audio from the crowd at her last show. And she says that at the end here where she's like, like all of these people waiting for me to die, but that can't happen. Like I'm immortal now. And I think that because Taylor has talked about that, where this constant reinvention has been this effort to replace herself so that she's not replaced by the next generation or the next young talent coming up, because that's what the music industry does is it finds somebody young, it wrings them out for 5 years, and then it sends them out to pasture. And Taylor didn't want that. And so she constantly replaced herself. But now she is Taylor fucking Swift. She is an institution. She is immortal. She cannot be replaced. And so I think from now on, at least for a while, we're not going to see this massive reinvention of her every time. I think that still her music is going to change. I think that like all those things will still, because she's a creative person and all of that. But I think that she won't feel the pressure. I think she's communicating that she doesn't feel the pressure as much to constantly reinvent, that she can be more authentic and be more open with her feelings and her relationship and her musicality. And it just feels so perfect as a way to end this 12 album run, because it's been fucking incredible.
Honestly, I mean, there's nothing to add to that. That's exactly it. That's a perfect the way to describe the entire album, the era, the song. It's perfect. And so Taylor. So Taylor of her.
Truly. Okay, so top three. Do you have a top three songs? Is that possible? Because
I
this is
think
all so good.
so. I think
Okay,
so. Do you?
I think so. I also
Okay.
will say I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, do I have to like go one, two, three?
However you want.
Are you gonna go one, two, three?
I think I can go one, two, three if we want to.
Okay. Let's go one, two, three.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to both say our threes, our third ones?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. I think my third one is The Life of a Showgirl.
Okay. Yeah. I think my third is The Fate of Ophelia.
Nice. Okay. My number two is Opalite.
My number two is Wood.
Okay. Love that for you.
I mean, it's
Oh my
great.
gosh. And then my number one is canceled.
Okay, fair. My number one is Opalite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that.
So start over. I'm Opalite, Wood, and the Fate of Ophelia.
I'm canceled Opalite, The Life of a Showgirl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Opalite is our common denominator.
Which,
Of course.
that feels so right.
That feels,
Like it, as it should be.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean,
And I
who knows?
think,
Next week might be different. Who knows?
right, trying to put these in any order was a nightmare.
Yeah, seriously.
But, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we have a new Taylor album. This is incredible.
I know. I'm so like, ugh, I love it. I love it so much. I also had a big win at work because I'll probably cut this. I don't know that she listens, but she might. But I have one of the players. She's extremely like not a Swiftie, and
Mm.
I was like, listen, let me give you a playlist of Swiftie songs that I think will resonate with you. And she listened to it today while she was like during her workout, and she gave me a top three songs, and I was like, I think you're a Swiftie. And one of them was All Too Well, 10-minute version. And I was like, yes! Yes! Big win.
Yeah.
But yeah. Everybody needs a little bit of Taylor in their life, you know?
Truly. So I had I will usually in the first like year or two after my students graduate, the ones that I'm kind of close to will go and get coffee a couple times. It's nice. It's a nice little transition for them into adulthood and whatever. It's very fun. I get to catch up with them. So I have one kid who he went to basic training and then he ended up coming home because he had like terrible shin splints and they're like, well, you're gonna need surgery and like 12 weeks of recovery. And he's like, I'm just gonna go home. And they're like, okay. Um,
It's basic
anyway, so
training.
oh sorry for military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like a big like boot camp. It's like a really big deal of like they can't talk to anybody and like they can't talk to anybody at home and they're not allowed to like they can't even hug their fellow people. Like it's really weird. It's designed to break your spirit and make you obedient. Anyway, it's a cult. The American military is a cult. Hi, we can cut this. Okay, but it is though. Um, but he came back and he was like, so I really like Mirrorball. I was like, good. And so apparently he found Mirrorball while he was there or something. I don't even know. But he's,
Oh.
oh my gosh, because his cousin and I always talk about Taylor Swift, and he's always like, ugh. And then he came back and was like, Mirrorball's pretty cool. I was like, yeah, it is.
My Mirrorball. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so cute. I should have made her listen to Mirrorball maybe.
Oh yeah,
She
good
went
one.
so she went all too well 10-minute version. She went
Mm-hmm.
maroon and Are You Ready for It? And I was like, "What do you think?" The dogs are like, Mirrorball's the one.
Oh my dear God above, Allie, what is happening? Oh, oh, I bet I know what it is. Actually, I bet I have Taylor Swift stuff getting delivered.
Oh,
Bet you money that's what it is.
I love that for you actually.
My gosh. So I'm like, for them to be going this crazy, they have to be walking up to my door.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say we can't forget to do the intro.
Ugh.
Is it a good time?
Maybe give it a second and then I'll
Yeah,
and I'll dive in.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, Allie, it's fine. They're not here to rob us. They're giving me stuff.
They're literally doing the opposite of robbing.
Oh my gosh, I was so sad because I didn't get my cardigan yet, and I was like, I want my cardigan.
Oh, sad. Maybe that's what's at your door.
I'm hoping so. So far, all I've gotten is the very first CD when it like that was the very first thing I ordered. I have one CD, and I was like,
Okay,
okay, well,
there you go. It's promising.
yeah, it is. Okay, intro. Okay,
Episode 31.
31. Yes. Okay. Um.
Okay, so that was a lovely, hour and 20 minutes of just talking about our two favorite things. I was gonna say blood on my blood! Our two favorite things, Bridgerton and Taylor Swift. The Life of a Showgirl is truly changing lives, and I cannot wait to listen to it over and over again. Next week, though, we're going to talk to something else that we love very deeply, which is Blood on My Blood. We will have our recap of the last 4 episodes ready to go. So we will be back this time next week.